Greetings, everybody. I'm Lobo, and welcome to episode 75 of my Minecraft survival series. And today, we're actually not even working over here. All right, so as we make our way up to Wolfen's laboratory, let me go ahead and tell you, we're not working over here today either, because even though we do have a source of dark prismarine now, I don't want to work on that today because, the dark prismarine's for the roof, obviously. We need to get a roof in here because right now this place is just roofless. So it looks like it's been snowing in here. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't want to, since this is episode 75, it's a big number. I don't want to have it be a continuation of a project or, start something I'm not going to be able to complete. I want that, where am I even going? I want this to be a project into itself, like a project we can start and complete in one episode. And I have an idea what project that's going to be. It's something I've been putting off for quite a while because it is in the Nether. And our Nether could use a bit of work because, as you guys know, I tend to put off projects I need to do here because I just don't like being here. But that portal we were just looking at, this is where it's going to lead to right here. And now, as you can see, this room currently is kind of infringing on the space for our gas room. But as I said a few episodes back, more than a few episodes back, actually, we're going to be redoing the gas room as well. So that's no big deal. I'm just kind of getting everything laid out right now, trying to figure out where everything's going to be. I have the perimeter of the room that we're going to be working on today kind of laid out. So as you can see, this is kind of the perimeter. We'll do a quick walk around. But what this room is intended to be is our main Nether room. This is where we'll go to through the big interdimensional gateway in Wolfen's laboratory. It will lead us here, and from here we can basically go anywhere. So what do you say we go ahead and get started hollowing out some of this space here, so that way we can get started building. Welcome back, everybody, and now we've got some space to work. We've got this big old room hollowed out now. We got our Nether portal hooked up. This goes to the big portal in Wolfen's laboratory. So now that we've got some space to work, let's figure out what we're actually going to be doing in here. Now, you may remember that in episode 61, our Halloween episode, we were talking about how we want to do our Nether and how it was going to be this twisted version of Wolfen's laboratory where the two dimensions where these portals exist kind of bleed into each other. So, for instance, if you look at the exterior of our Wolfen's laboratory build in the overworld, here in Luna, you can see that it bears a lot of similarities to the walls surrounding this area. This area over here by our Withering House, by the way, this is what we worked on in that Halloween episode. We use the same block palette, very similar construction style. It's just that in here, it's much darker, it's much more desolate, and it's not a one-for-one replica. Because that would be boring, just remaking something that we've already made, so we will not be doing that. So keeping that in mind, this room right here that we're going to build today will not reflect this room right here on the other side of our portal. It will look nothing like this. This is not what I'm seeing in my head. Because, I want all this stuff, all this laboratory stuff to be unique to the Wolfen's laboratory overworld build. The Nether build is going to be a completely different concept, though it will share a similar block palette and style, if that makes any sense. But that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started building. So I've got some of this area kind of laid out now. Hi! Jeez, unexpected, uninvited guest. Go away, please. Wow. Okay. What was I saying now? Oh man. Okay, so we're talking about the layout of this place, the design of this place, and the concept is I want this to be less of a laboratory and more of a house. And don't ask me what the logic is behind that because I have none. It's just I want to build something different in the Nether than I do in the overworld for Wolfen's laboratory. So this is just like Wolfen's house, Wolfen's madhouse or something like that. Where basically we're going to be coming in right here and coming into this big room. This is like the big main room, which will have our hallways and all the rooms that branch off. We'll probably have it be 2 floors, so we'll do a set of stairs right here is what I'm thinking. And you'll notice that we have some room around the sides and the back. We're probably actually going to be needing more than that because I want to have windows that look out into the Nether, but it won't be the Nether. It's going to be that kind of redness that was surrounding our Withering House, So before we actually get started, the smart thing to do would be to go ahead and figure out our block palette. We need to figure out our walls, our floors, and the thing I know for sure is that we're probably going to be doing either carpeted floors or half slab floors because we don't want any mob spawning here. We don't want any pigmen spawning in here. We especially don't want any giant fire-breathing jellyfish spawning in here because we want our nether to feel desolate. We want it to feel abandoned. So I guess that would probably be the place to start, the floors. So we have a couple options laid out before us now. First, we have the carpeted floor and we have the dark oak floor. Let's go ahead and talk about the carpeted floor first because we'll talk about the pros and cons of each. So with the carpeting, we want to go with dark carpeting. So I think we're probably going to do black and gray and probably a different design than this. I just kind of threw this together real quick. We'll probably go with a better design if we do decide to do that. But one of the main benefits the carpeted floor has is on the full block level, which means it's going to be much easier to transition through doorways and stuff. The bad part is it kind of blends in too much with the cyan terracotta walls. The dark oak floor, on the other hand, that offers plenty of variety and also a bit of depth as well, which is pretty cool because that'll allow us to do some borders along the bottoms of the walls and everything like that. I think this actually might be what we're going to go with. I think this actually just won me over. So we'll probably end up doing a dark oak floor in here, stone like bricks around the bottom as a border, then we'll do the cyan terracotta walls. Yeah, I think we have a winner. So Dark Oak, congratulations, you are the champion of the day. So what I think I'm going to do now is avoid this ghast. Wow. Okay, that happened quick. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of gas spawning in here because that's why we have their gas room back there. It's over a lava lake, which is why we're going to get them spawning in here. Because the thing is, if I go back far enough, that kind of opens up that whole back area to spawning. If I stay in the middle, we're good. Oh man. So maybe I'll just set up camp right here or something. So we got our floors in now, and I'm trying to figure out the stairs. Since we are building a pretty symmetrical build, we can do some comparisons. So let's go ahead and start with this side right here. So you can see it's pretty much stair, half slab. This is half slab, stair, half slab, stair, and half slab to make it completely non-spawnable. This is completely non-spawnable, but the thing is, it looks a little bit wonky. This is how I do roofs. The thing is that just because it works for roofs, it does not translate well to stairs, I don't think, because it looks very awkward. This, on the other hand, looks much better, but it does have some spawnable blocks because, you know, it goes half slab, then full block, half slab, full block. So we would have to make these non-spawnable if we were to do this. And I was thinking buttons might be the way to go because the brown carpet is just too much of a different color. And I can't think of any other colors that would look good if you're like alternating stairs. So I don't know, because it's kind of weird having these little protrusions out here, but I can't think of anything better to do that with. Unless we maybe went with a different block for the stairs? Maybe. So let's go ahead and do another side-by-side comparison. Since we know the pattern we're going to use now, we need to figure out what blocks we're going to use to make that pattern. So over here, we're using gray carpeting, stone slabs, and stone brick slabs. And I like this. I like it, but I don't like the fact that it gives us such a harsh transition from the dark oak floor into the stairs. And I tried to ease it up a little bit by, you know, adding like this this kind of raised section over here with the carpeting above that. I was thinking that might tie it in a little bit better. And I do like this. I do like this, and I think we're going to keep that, but I also think that we're going to keep the walkway kind of dark oak, so meaning the stairs should be dark oak. I brought these brown carpets in here just to try them out, see if we can maybe make them work. I don't think we can. Dark oak pressure plates might be another idea. I don't know. That's something I'm going to kick around in my head for a few minutes. But I'm trying to figure out like how, since we are going to keep these platforms, how I want to do this. Do we want to do dark oak stairs to border it on this side, or do we want to do stone stairs like we have all throughout here? I'm thinking the stone stairs are probably the way to go here. So let's go ahead and get these all in here like this, and we can try to get as much of this built out as we can, just to have an idea of what it's going to look like. I know I'm probably going to run out of carpeting because I just grabbed what was left in our storage system. I haven't harvested anymore. I might need to go shear some sheep and get some wool to actually do this, but let's go ahead and just see how this side could potentially look if we went with something like this. So we'll throw those in there, and that was the last of my black, and let's go ahead and throw in the last of our gray, just get this all sketched out as much as we can, and there is the last of that. All right, so yeah, I think this side wins. Thank you, sir. Your contribution is much appreciated. And I thought I'd bring you guys over here to check up on the barn and on our sheep and give you guys a little update, because I was originally worried that we might not have enough grass out here to keep them regrowing their coats. But everybody seems to be doing just fine. Don't worry about these like sheared sheep, these freshly sheared sheep, the naked ones. Even though it's wintertime, it's not very cold in Luna. Also, they do regrow their wool fairly quickly, so no need to worry about them. But yeah, I think I need to grab a few more things and then we will get back to work. All right, so there we go. We got our carpeting in now and a good idea of what our floors are going to look like. Now, the next step is to figure out what our walls are going to look like. So what I think we're going to do just to start off with is take our cyan terracotta and basically just make a general shape, a general structure for this room, and then we'll build on from there. All right, let me go ahead and get this place non-spawnable, since we do have stuff that can be destroyed now. I don't want any gas spawning back here because they are a pain in the neck. But I think this is going to be our backyard. We are going to have to push this wall back quite a bit because I want there to be like, I want to actually be able to look out here and see stuff going on back there. Now, I don't want to actually be able to access it, but I do want there to be some depth when you look through the windows. But let's go ahead and talk about how this room is going to be. So you can kind of see like we have the general shape of the room in place now. We have some doorways in, and because this place is going to be acting as our nether hub, we want these doorways to lead to places. For instance, this is going to lead to our withering house. This doorway on the opposite side, I don't know where that's going to go. I don't have a destination in mind for that yet. The upper doorways up here, they're going to lead to places in pretty close proximity. For instance, I think this doorway right here will probably lead to our guardian farm. I think that's probably where that'll go because that's like right over there somewhere. And that doorway on the other side, that's going to lead to something I'll tell you guys about in a few episodes. We're not quite there yet. But since we do know where our doors and windows are going to be in relation to this room, I think we can go ahead and start dressing them up a little bit, adding some details in here, kind of fleshing this out a little bit more, so that way we can have a better idea of what this room is going to look like once it is complete and actually make some steps towards completion. I think I want these to be full blocks. Just to add a little bit of heft at the bottom, make it look like it's actually supporting itself, you know? So I think we can probably roll with something pretty simple, just something like that for all of our doors, and I'll figure out the windows as well. So yeah, let me go ahead and take care of that. Now, as far as our windows go, I had an idea, and I just want to kind of see what this looks like, because I think this might be kind of cool. Oh! Hello! Okay, oh man. Yeah, we got spawnable blocks right here. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, windows. So I added some red behind the windows, and you can actually see the corners and you can tell that they're blocked, so that's not what I was going for. Let's go ahead and make our way over this way. I'll try again and we'll do another side-by-side comparison. But basically what I was thinking is, you know how our skies are red over at the Withering House, and like, you know, if you look in the distance, all you see is red. That's kind of what I want to happen. Like when you look out the windows, all I want to be able to see is red. And we can actually probably go ahead and just make a red curtain that goes all the way down and see if that's enough to give us the effect that we want out of some of these windows. Like some of them, I just want to be plain red. You can't see anything out of them. Other ones, I want to have some depth, mostly in the back. I want there to be some depth. I want there to be some other stuff built back there. But for a lot of these, like the side windows, the minor windows, I don't think we need to go that far. I think we can probably just do something like this. And if we kind of get rid of that top thing and just raise the curtain up, yeah, I mean, that could potentially work. Let's go ahead and get some glass in here. We got some lighting down there to kind of make it glow a little bit, and that is the effect that I was going for. No matter where you look through that window, it's just going to be red. That's all you can see is red. And there's a reason why I didn't just put the red right behind the window. I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. Let me go ahead and get rid of some of this right here. All right, let's go ahead and throw the red right behind the window. You can see already that it blocks out that light that we have coming in, and then it's just blah. See, that is so much better. That is what I was envisioning when I thought of that. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and jump ahead a little bit. I will show you guys what I have been up to. Basically, first things first, we got the rest of these red curtains behind these minor windows in, so that way when you look out, all you see is red. Now, how we did this was, just like we did before, we just threw a big red curtain behind this, threw some torches on it to give that little glowy effect, and that's all we really need to do for that. This window right here, this will look down upon our backyard, so there will be a lot more depth from that window compared to the other ones, and that's kind of the effect I was going for, because you'll notice, especially with these windows down here, like, this hallway is going to lead somewhere. There's going to be very apparent that there's going to be a hallway here. But when you look through this, you will not see it. This house is not going to make sense. And that's kind of what I want to do. This is the madhouse, okay? That's what I'm calling this. That is now the official name for this place. This is the madhouse, where stuff just kind of does not follow the standard laws of physics. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. I mean, we're not going to go too overboard with it. I'm going to try to be subtle with it, but that's kind of, what I'm thinking. Anyway, moving on, you can see right here, I'm trying to get rid of some of the 90-degree angles, making this a little bit more dynamic, making it look a little bit more interesting. Same thing with the stairs over here. We kind of got rid of the straight up stairs and made them a little bit more haphazard, a little bit more dilapidated. I think that's going to be pretty cool. It also helps with the buttons and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at as of right now. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm actually doing with the windows because they still look a little bit plain. We need something on the sides is what I'm thinking. So, I mean, there's two options here that I can think of right away. There's like fence posts or trapdoors. We can go ahead and try out the fence posts real quick and see how that looks if we were just to extend it like this. And we're going to have to replace these carpets with wool. So I'll have to go ahead and grab some of my wool blocks and put those in there. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we could probably do a little something like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe trapdoors would be better. So the question is, what kind of trapdoors do we want to go with now? Because we have two options. I'm thinking we can either go with spruce trapdoors in keeping with the Wolfen's Laboratory exteriors, or we can go with dark oak trapdoors in keeping with like our block palette that we're currently using. And I'm actually leaning more towards the dark oak, I think, more the darker blocks. I think that's probably what I'm going to roll with. So we can continue with the dark oak trap doors, and I'm actually going to put them above these doors right here to make it look like we have extra tall doors in here. Now, as far as the nether portal goes, what I'm thinking we could do here is maybe do pretty much the same thing, but have it kind of closed off. Like we'll just put the dark oak doors in the middle, and then we'll surround it with these dark oak trap doors, and kind of just use that to border our doorway. Or actually, hold on. Crazy thought, but what if we were to get rid of the dark oak trapdoors? I think I might have just sent some trapdoors over to the other side. So we'll pick those up later, but what if we were just to do something like that? I mean, that I think looks kind of cool. I don't know. This is one of those things I'm going to need your opinions on. Like, should we leave it open to the nether like this? Like, or open to the portal? I mean, I think that looks kind of cool, but I'm iffy on it. I am a little iffy on it, but I kind of like it. Let me know. So since our walls were looking a bit plain, I decided to try to break it up a little bit. So what I've done is added a window over top looking into that back room and some pillars along the sides here, along the walls, just kind of adding a little bit of extra detail and a little bit more support to it. So you can see what this side looks like. This side is more complete currently. You can kind of get a better idea of what I'm going for here. I still need to go ahead and do the same thing to this side. So I guess we can go ahead and do that now and just have a better idea of what this room is going to look like overall. So we're basically just going to build up off of these full blocks. These are the last of our spawnable blocks right here. So we can just do something like that. That gets rid of that spawnable block. And this would be our last one right here. So we can go ahead and just build this up to the top and throw some stairs around this. Just like this. And basically, like what I'm planning on doing with the roof around this is I am out of stairs. And is this my last piece of wood? It is. Great planning. Great planning before starting this clip, Lobo. But yeah, you kind of have, you have an idea of what this is going to look like. Now, as far as the roof goes, what I'm thinking is we do pretty much a flat roof, a very simple flat roof, probably dark oak slabs is what I'm thinking. But I need to head back to Luna and grab some more dark oak before we can do that. So at this point, you should have a pretty good idea of what this room is going to look like, and I am starving. Excuse me, sorry guys. Sorry, I need to eat. All right, so at this point, you should have a pretty good idea of what this room is going to look like. One thing I'm working on now is getting rid of the lighting glitches. So let me go ahead and take care of this. I believe this should be the last one, and all I'm really going to do is seal off this area right here, and that should take care of it. But yeah, I mean, this should give you a pretty good idea of what this area is going to look like, and that lighting glitch is now taken care of. Perfect. But yeah, there's still a lot of detail work to be done, and I will get to that momentarily, but I just want to give you guys a quick walk around this place so you can have an idea of what it looks like now, and you can see the before and the after. I think the next step is going to be to actually call Watchdog out here. We'll get this backyard taken care of, and also I think there's some stuff I need to do in here. Yeah, I need to add some windows up there, and I think we should be good. Did I not do the ceiling? I did not do the ceiling in here. Okay, so that is a little bit better. I think now we can proceed. I'm going to go ahead and call up Watchdog. Actually, no, I actually have to head back to Luna first because we are going to need a ton of red concrete to do the backyard. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that. Welcome back, everybody. Progress has been made. You can have a peek around here. We'll look at the last thing we did in that time lapse, which was this backyard right here, which I think is looking super cool, adding a lot of atmosphere to this build. And what I really like is the effect that nothing really matches up. Like, for instance, if you look at the side windows, you can't see a thing. It's just red sky. It looks like a continuation of that red sky, but you can't see any of the detail out there, which I think is pretty neat. You know, it all just vanishes. The same thing with as I said, these are going to be hallways, right? There's going to be hallways, but you will not be able to see the hallways through the windows. We discussed that earlier. Just like those little inconsistencies, I think are really going to make this pretty cool. And, you know, this was such a fun build. I don't know why it took me so long to get around to doing it. There's like such fun stuff to figure out, like how to put furniture on top of half slab floors right here. You know, we just use stairs and trap doors. And I think that actually gave us pretty cool bench seating. I think that looks really cool. Again, all this should be non-spawnable. We put buttons on the only spawnable blocks. I think all this should be pretty good. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this doorway. I'm still not sure about it. You guys, again, leave me your opinions on it, but I just want to show you guys around here, give you guys a pretty good idea of how this place is looking. Again, this table I'm standing on, half slab, so no worries about spawning here, but we can go ahead and peek out this center window right here and have a view of our backyard from above, and I think that's pretty neat. I like the way this turned out. I really, really do like the way this turned out. You know, just the atmosphere and everything like that, the feeling of desolation, of loneliness, like we're the only people here in this dimension outside of our own. You know, I think this is exactly the mood that, you know, I want to set for the Nether, and we will continue this further. Not today, though. Not today, because I am feeling a little desolate and lonely out here. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the rest of this episode up back in Luna. So let's go ahead and head through these doors. That's so ridiculous. All right, guys, I'll see you back home. Well, I think that is going to do it for us today. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. And if you would like to see more, please remember my face. I am so sorry. I don't know my way around my own city. We'll just hang out right here. If you want to see more, please remember to subscribe. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.